what's up, everyone? Welcome to OK Bud, the podcast where everything's going to be okay, bud. I'm Ben Kissel on Instagram at BenKissel1, joined by Jerii Aquino.
Hello.
At Miss_Jerii, that's Jerii. And Kyle Ploof.
Hello.
You can find him at Kyle Ploof. Also, find our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/diebud, $10 a month. You can watch every episode live and contribute to the show. If you want to shoot us an email, okbudpod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on basically anything you would like to. Small update from yesterday's episode as Kyle the Truth Ploof broke the news that Luigi Mangione, the man who, of course, killed the CEO in Manhattan, New York, has sex tapes out there. And these rumors have really gotten the ladies and probably some men quite riled up.
Definitely.
And they are showing their love for the idea of a Luigi Mangione sex tape
Let's go.
by donating to his Give, Send, Go fund.
Yeah.
It set a goal. It set a goal to collect $1 million. And since
To see the sex tapes?
this is just for his legal defense fund.
Got it.
So the sex tapes, maybe they're like, if I give $10, can I see a butt cheek?
Hey.
Maybe there's going to be an OnlyFans element to it.
Yeah.
It's so far, it's raised $647,000.
Oh my God.
Yes. And now people are like, oh my God, he's got a sex tape. They're trying to smear his name, as Jerii mentioned yesterday.
Yup.
And the Mangioneans, I don't know what that's what they call themselves, but they could.
Mangiones.
Mangiones.
The Mangioners.
They all have a bunch of boners because they want to see what's under the killer's pants.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting enough, there's nothing this guy can do that will make people not love him.
Yeah. He is definitely winning me over, I have to say.
So if you want to
Captured
donate,
America's hearts.
yes, he really has. He's
And
captured
also,
America's
there is no
hearts.
one that fucks better than someone that is struggling with health insurance.
Very true.
Yep. You got things to fight for, you know? And you think you got to like excrete all of the things that could possibly give you diseases. So
Implanted in someone else?
and implanted in someone else.
Wow.
Exactly. Like he did with a bullet.
So people are saying not guilty and then giving $5. One person says not guilty. Here's $5. Tapes don't care. Miranda rights ? Care as fuck. So they say I don't care about sex tapes. Miranda rights. Which
I
of
disagree.
course, yes, those are from Sex and the City, and Miranda has a right to have a martini at lunch.
Hey.
Yes.
We've all been there.
Yes.
Fido369 says, here's $5 just because I heard there were some tapes out there. So people are really getting riled up.
Wow.
And they want to be on the cummy ground floor when these tapes inevitably drop.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to. I think, what if he set this up as a plan? Like, this was the plan all along. First he makes the tapes. They are cinematically filmed.
That's what they said.
And then he goes and commits this murder. And then he's like, okay, now I'm going to get a haircut in prison. Now it's time to leak the sex tapes.
Leak the tapes. I would love to see that cinematic shot of it just scanning his cock. Just going up, beautiful, right
I
to
was
the...
going to go a little more innocently and look at his butt. Because it looks like he has like a Spider-Man butt.
Do you think he has a porn name?
Yeah, it's
Luigi
Mangione.
Yeah.
Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe.
Well, there you go. Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe is pretty solid.
Wow.
And you really came up with that fast.
No, how long were you sitting there simmering
Off the
about
top.
what his porn name would be?
About 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe. Sounds like he's about to win an MMA fight.
If we opened Kyle's diary from last night, that's exactly what it says all over it.
Just in blood.
The Kurt Cobain diary with just a bunch of like anti-Nazi slogans, and then Squeegee Mangione,
Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe.
Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe.
I can't even say it.
It's really
Oh
good.
my
As soon as you said
God.
cummy ground floor, Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe.
Boom.
Wow.
So one user wrote after they gave a $5 contribution, no one cares about sex tapes. We care about professional integrity and the right to a fair trial. Luigi will always have our support. It seems like the going rate is $5.
Wow.
I'd give him $5.
Yeah. Well, could we get our
Sounds like you give him 5 fingers if you
You
have a
should.
chance.
Maybe that'll help our Patreon numbers. You go kill a CEO. You're beautiful. You'll get off.
Yeah.
And then boom, our numbers will be huge. And then Kyle, he's probably got a sex tape or something out there.
Yeah, a couple of them.
Ugh,
Not 20. Not cinematic either.
that makes a lot of sense.
Anyway, one other person added, imagine if you were locked up and couldn't stop such a rumor about yourself. So they're all like, hey, man, he's locked up. He can't
Oh
stop this
my
rumor.
God.
But
If you're not locked up, you can't stop a rumor about yourself.
trust me, I'm aware. One person even contributed $10. And they say, stay strong.
Wow.
And they say, don't fall into the trap of the tapes. But they're pretending like
What's
this
the-
is bad.
What is the trap? What's the trap?
Kim Kardashian is the most successful woman on earth, and it all started with her getting cum on her back from what was his name? Ray J?
Yeah.
Ray J.
Brandy's brother.
Yes, Brandy's brother.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yep. One other person says, companies and corporations want to tarnish Luigi. We must be with him. Do not let Luigi's morale get down.
Do not let him get down. Keep the boy happy.
Do you think he feels
jail.
Do you think he feels the love?
Yeah, I can imagine that he's probably a little overwhelmed and didn't think it was actually going to just bleed out like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Open wound, bleed out.
Yeah, it's like the Twilight Zone when you wish to be like the most popular, most famous person in the world, and it's just like everyone's coming at you like, "We love you."
Yeah,
and
it's
he's
like-
like, "Oh God."
I'm in prison.
Yeah.
My friend, you're not referencing a Twilight Zone episode.
No.
You're referencing a Goosebumps episode.
Oh.
Yes, a young girl said because she was being made fun of by all the bullies, and she says, "I just wish everyone loved me." And then everyone did exactly that, and she was like, "I just want to be left alone." And then she passes the wish on. The witch that she got the wish from says you got to pass the wish on. So you got to meet whatever. So
It's like those Facebook messages. It's like you send this chain or else you'll
Yes.
have 10 years of bad luck and vomit.
So then the witch went up to the popular girl, and the witch was like, "Well, you want to wish?" And then the popular girl says, "I wish everybody worshipped me and would stare at me all the time." And you know what the witch made her? A statue.
Oh.
And then she got pigeon shit on her all her life.
Damn.
Be careful what you wish for. Whoa. From that evil, evil witch. So anyway, the fund was launched in December after Mangione was arrested. And the 5-day manhunt, the one thing that still is the most disgusting is that he was arrested at the McDonald's.
Wow.
Yeah, the friggin'
Wow.
hero being like, "I know that's the killer."
I
You work
am-
at McDonald's, but I guess they wanted the money, which I guess makes sense because they're working at McDonald's. But then I heard they were trying not to pay out to that lady who actually
Ooh.
dropped a dime on him.
Really?
Yeah, they were trying not to pay her. I gotta look it
Oh
up to see
my
if they did.
God! You can never trust like $10,000 for anything that leads to the arrest and conviction of your best friend.
I have never believed those.
They're such scams.
Yeah.
My cousin was on one.
Did he get paid?
$10,000? No, he was the suspect. And I was looking, I was like, "Fuck!" Like, do I want the 10 grand that bad? And I didn't do it.
That's hilarious. That's absolutely, that's
It was
so
clear as day. My cousin robbing a bank. I was like, "Fuck!"
You're
At
like,
least put a mask
yeah.
on something.
Yep.
Isn't your-
That's definitely him.
Your other cousin's on trial for killing
Murder.
a dog.
Yeah, a dog and 2 elderly people. My family's fucked,
Aw.
Weird.
and I try to make people chuckle.
And you're the anomaly. Look at you go.
Yeah.
Love that. I love
Aw,
that for
please
you.
laugh at Kyle's jokes.
Oh,
Feels dangerous to not.
Last month, a fundraiser page received its largest single donation. This is again for Luigi Mangione of $30,000. So somebody gave him $30,000.
Jesus.
Woo!
Goddamn.
All right, we shall see how that goes. Well, speaking of updates and potential psychopaths, this Brian Kohberger case continues to get wilder and wilder. Of course, you all know Brian Kohberger is the fella who has been accused of killing 4 people in Moscow, Idaho. There is some new DNA evidence, and strangely enough, his defense wants it tossed out. I thought that they would want this evidence kept in, but they want it out. There's multiple DNA from 3 different people under the fingernails of one of the girls.
This is
Ooh.
insane.
So
Why did it take so long to get to this point?
This thing it's matriculating out very slow.
I guess so.
Matriculating out.
So the samples were taken from the under the fingernails of 23-year-old Madison Mogan.
Oh.
This is yet another twist. And they are saying it's unclear how the DNA evidence got there or who it belongs to. But obviously in many cases like this, you're defending yourself and you got to go full, you got to start scratching.
Yeah.
You got to be an angry beaver with looking at a piece of pine that had sex with your wife.
Oh, boy.
You got to scratch it.
Okay.
And during those scratching moments, that's when the DNA gets under the fingernails,
Yeah,
obviously.
pretty much.
Yeah.
So this gal having multiple DNA samples that are not Koberger's, I think it's kind of interesting.
Oh, interesting. So you think like she's just kind of hopping on this train of being like, yes, he did this to me too.
Well, she's dead.
Right. Well, oh.
Yeah, so she's not hopping on any trains anytime soon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
So the attorneys for Koberger, they filed a flurry of motions last month to exclude huge amounts of evidence because, they're like, that evidence makes our client look all guilty.
Yeah.
Can we exclude that, please?
Yeah.
And now they have the DNA evidence of the knife sheath that was left at the scene, but the defense attorneys are saying that the methodology used to get the DNA was all messed up.
Oh, damn.
And now you got the DNA under the victim's nails that are not Koberger's.
That's crazy.
So the main thing the prosecution has right now is his car looks exactly like the car that was outside the home.
Uh-huh.
And obviously the sheath on the knife, but we'll see if that goes.
Mm-hmm.
And then his cell phone pinged near the home.
And his phone was actually turned off during the hours of the murders. And he pinged next to the house 12 times in the 3 weeks leading up to it. So
Do you think he did it?
I think he was casing. I still want to know how he knew them because he was following a few of them on Instagram and was like messaging them, but they didn't know it was going to the spam folder, like the request folder. Yeah.
Yeah.
So whether or not they actually saw those, they didn't truly know him. So I don't know how he, chose that house, but I do think it was him. There's too much there. They caught him throwing trash out from his car that he drove from Washington to Pennsylvania.
Well, there's nothing wrong with throwing a little trash away. So, as said, there's suppression motions. They were filed. The lawyers said the DNA testing of the knife was unreliable. They said the alleged footage of the car was improperly obtained, and that search warrants of his property were also were too broad, so they did not have the rights to his laptop or his phone. Lawyers, interestingly enough, are also trying to ban phrases including murder, murder weapon, psychopath, and bushy eyebrows.
Okay, murder weapon. I guess I get if
but there's like four people that are dead. Like, what else are you supposed to say happened?
Well,
slip and fall.
The lawyers are doing a really good job. I have to say, this is all impressive work on their parts. They're
Yes.
they're like, give me the story. They're like, okay, that's fine. I can work with this. The car footage, shitty. DNA fingernails, someone else.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Murder, don't even say that. Shh. Bushy eyebrows.
Yeah,
that's just mean.
That's an indictment on my man's cleanliness.
We got to be mean in court, or I thought we were trying to find the truth.
Just Mean Girls defense attorneys. I love it. But apparently they want to get bushy eyebrows out of court because a man spotted him and said he had a black mask and bushy eyebrows.
Wow.
So it's not a good time for the people with bushy eyebrows between Squeegee ManJuiceOnMe
Yeah.
Oh, so true.
and Koberger. The bushy eyebrow,
So true.
you might want to start plucking.
Yeah, Jeff is saying Koberger wishes he was Mangione. And he's probably sitting behind bars being like, that motherfucker's getting all the shine.
He's like,
Yeah,
come on.
I'm sure he is.
Can't even get some lady fan mail over here.
No.
Yeah, I killed 4 people. He only killed 1.
Yeah.
I don't think he worked alone. I think there's definitely other people that were in there with him.
Oh, Koberger?
Yeah, that's probably.
It's very difficult to kill 4 people in the middle of the night with like no repercussions or anyone else coming to your aid. Like it's just
Right.
It's very weird. And there's 2 other people that were in the house that were left alone.
Right.
So it's just weird.
Well, they said they were traumatized.
Yeah.
So, like one gal was just like, I locked my door and I stayed in my bedroom. I don't know. I don't know
over-
how I would react.
For like 16 hours before they called the cops.
Well, I think she fell asleep.
Can you? I mean, I guess you can stress sleep.
Oh,
but
I would definitely fall asleep right away. It's the answer to so many of my problems.
It really is.
Yeah.
Do you hear a vicious murder in the next room?
Yeah, no, I do think there's something to be said for like the chemicals like in my brain, like when the stress like chemical releases cortisol, I think my brain just automatically releases
sleepy time
melatonin.
tea.
Yeah, and then I'm just like, man, why is this test so hard?
It's cute.
Fall asleep. I do.
Yeah.
I do it.
I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Sleep really does work in moments of stress. I think if I was like kidnapped in North Korea, they'd be like, how was it? I'd be like, I slept a lot. But then they torture you and everything and keep
Finally
you awake.
caught up on sleep. Yeah, yeah.
I
bet I could sleep through the torture too.
they would be so mad.
Imagine.
Like, wake up! And be like, oh my God, another tooth. Whoa, wow, how creative, guys. You took all my teeth out of my mouth.
Joke's on you. I eat so many chocolate chip cookies, they were basically not attached.
I know.
Taking out the teeth would make it louder when you snore too. Like your lips would be flapping even more. Pissing them off even more.
Yeah, my teeth are feeling what I would call soft. So I don't know. It's like that, the non-ripe watermelon that can kind of bend. It's not great. Well,
Teeth like watermelon rinds.
powerful, healthy stuff. Let's move on. And this is going to be, do you want this to be butt of the week? Okay, so
A little bit.
You do.
Okay.
A little bit.
Okay, so all right, because I was gonna make. So we might have a potential butt of the week, but I wanted to make the Pokemon-shaped flaming hot Cheeto that is called Cheetozard that sold for $88,000.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's butt of the week. That's what I wanted to make butt of the week.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's a single flaming hot Cheeto shaped like a Pokemon.
Sure.
It's sold for $88,000. It's a 3-inch long Cheeto they named Cheetozard.
Which some people would call average size.
And I feel for them.
If I got 88K for something 3 inches long, I'd have $60,000. It's a red hot. Don't get aroused, Jerii. It's a red hot puffy snack. Yeah. Red hot puffy snack. So anyway,
I thought Cheetos were the crunchier ones.
they are, but as you can see, the Cheetos are sort of it's a mutation of sorts.
Yes. What's the puffy one called? Puffs. Cheese puffs.
Cheese puffs.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was onto
A
that.
mixture of the two.
I was onto that as a kid. That's mostly air.
So basically, some lucky bastard was eating Cheetos one day.
Yep.
Found this Cheeto and he was like, "Oh my fucking God, I've hit the jackpot."
Seriously.
Then he looks at his girlfriend. He's like, "Lisa, doesn't this Cheeto look just like fucking a Pokemon?" She'd be like, "Dude, no, it doesn't." He's like, "No, I bet."
Yep.
You just watch.
You watch.
And he did it.
And he did do it.
And he did it.
So it looks like Charizard, hence being called Cheetozard.
Yeah.
It was initially discovered and preserved sometime between 2018 and 2022.
Wow.
So sometime within that 4-year span, it was discovered, like they're paleontologists.
The lore. Yeah.
Yes.
So dumb. So dumb.
Yes, it was discovered by First and Goal Collectibles. And it added to it had a huge surge in popularity on social media.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, holy hell, we might be able to sell this. And indeed they did for $88,000.
God, I can just imagine being this guy's like cousin or sibling, and they're like, "Yeah, I can't believe the idiot did it."
He did it.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one thing, when they come around, be like, so, Tim's got to go to college next year. Be like, yeah, remember when you laughed at me for not eating that?
Yeah.
Remember when your fucking greasy kid almost fucking ate $88,000?
Wow. Yep.
Now I have a hefty tax bill.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about that?
Bidding star. I'm sorry, go on.
Questions. So many questions. How do you keep it from not expiring, except for the fact that there's nothing fresh about it?
It's cheap. Yeah, exactly.
It's not even real.
It's not food.
Is it going to mold? Do you think? Is it going to start like mushrooming?
It's packed with preservatives.
Yeah. Can you even do Cheetos mold? I've never heard of a mold. I've heard of a stale Cheeto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the most it's going to lose some color.
So the bidding started at $275, and then the winning bid went all the way up to $87,000.
Enough.
That's like a lot.
Enough.
In 2017, a regular flavored Cheeto that resembled a slain gorilla, Harambe,
Wow.
Remember
Rest in
Harambe?
peace, Harambe. I do know. Wasn't he the one that dragged a little kid across the water?
He protected the kid.
He protected.
Was
the
that
kid.
Harambe?
Yes.
What about?
And they killed him.
What was the one where the dentist in Minnesota killed some lion or some bear or something, and they were all mad at him, and they were protesting the dentist?
Well, they should be, but that's not Harambe.
That's not Harambe.
Harambe is the gorilla.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gorilla that was protecting.
Oh, Cecil the lion.
Cecil the lion.
Yeah.
That's what I was
There it
thinking
is.
of.
He trapped him next to a fence and shot him up.
Yeah.
Ah,
So Harambe sold for almost $100,000.
wait, a Cheeto-shaped Harambe?
Yes.
Get out. So Cheeto-shaped things is just a thing?
Yes, I didn't know.
A thing?
I'm going to start eating my snacks much differently now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize.
No more eating in the dark.
So,
Gotta see all these characters I'm eating.
yeah, but if you eat in the dark, it's so fun and
Yeah.
mysterious.
Yeah, yeah.
What could I be eating?
Shameful is what it is.
Yeah, it's shameful.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be really bad when you take all your clothes off before you eat?
Wow, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Or like when you set a towel down.
Yeah,
You
when
get
you
your-
just say, fuck napkins, we're going full towel.
Well, towel, dude. Fuck it. Wherever it falls and wherever I touch napkin, it's a napkin. I just wipe my hands on it.
Yeah, but I do want to apologize for anyone who's ever had to clean a hotel room after me because towels are, and sometimes I get two beds, and just one is the eating bed,
The eating bed.
and that's just disgusting.
That's my eating bed.
That's the eating bed, and you don't want to sleep on that bed. You don't look at that bed in the morning. That is just like, I'm sorry, what happened on that bed stays on that bed.
My eating bed. This is my jumping bed. And then I sleep on the couch.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Like
So
cuck chair.
the Pokemon, there is always a cuck chair in
There is always
hotels.
but I sleep on it.
I can't do it.
What?
Have sex in front of somebody else.
Oh, I thought you meant
No.
watch somebody else have sex.
I think I could do that more than I think I have done that. Anyway, so the Pokemon shaped Flamin' Hot Cheeto is up for Butt of the Week. There is another actual human being. This is the one that Jerii really, really wants, and I understand.
Uh-huh.
She is beautiful. She is an OnlyFans star
It's not even about that. Why are you starting with her looks, dude?
because she's an OnlyFans star. She's not a
mattress
scientist.
actress.
That's
She's not
just her-
fucking running for
that's
Congress.
That's just what she does. That's not what is making it.
This
that's
hideous
not what made her
bitch. You want
worthy.
this hideous bitch who has an OnlyFans. Is that better?
Young woman who happens to have work.
You're just adding words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am just. You did too, but you did too. Anyway, just go on. Just go. I'm just saying that's not the butt of the week reason.
She had $20 million in cryptocurrency. And apparently she was bragging about it online, which do not do that.
That's not very smart.
No, it
Yep.
is not. So a trio of robbers
Ugh.
held her hostage before, this is so fucking badass, she opened fire on them and sent them fleeing.
Bra, bra, bra.
Her real name is Caitlin Saragusa. She's 31. And she says, I believe I shot one of them. I'm covered in blood, but only some of it's mine.
Oh, that's so hardcore.
It
That's
really
such
is.
a brutal thing to say.
She has 6.2 million followers on Twitch.
She's about to have more.
She is about to have more, and she deserves it. The footage shows 3 men following her into a building. 2 gunshots can be heard, and then the robbers are seen running away. They were going to fuck this chick up.
Wow.
She said the robbers kicked in her bedroom door, demanded she give them her cryptocurrency, and then struck her in the face with a pistol. They pistol whipped her.
Oh my God. Ow. And
Yeah.
she came back from that?
She came back from that, and I guess, did they have the gun first and she grabbed it?
Yeah, I was wondering like where she had time to get a gun.
She says, they beat me and pistol whipped me, and the pummeling felt like it would never end. This is very serious. They say they gave me a phone and said, log in with a gun to my head. And I tweeted because calling would be a death sentence. She managed to use her phone to post, I'm being robbed at gunpoint. She put that on her X account.
Holy
Wow.
crap. That's wild.
Then the assailants, they were in the building. Then she led the assailants into a building where her husband, who had been online, saw her message and was, this is going to answer our question, and was waiting with a pistol.
Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
So at least one of those shots was fired by the influencer herself, and she tagged Staccato, the maker of the high-end handgun she used as well. So she was
my
like,
God.
hey, good gun. It was awesome, Staccato. Good use of your firearm. Shot this fucking asshole.
Yep, honestly, the weight on my hand didn't feel incredibly as threatening as the guys that were coming after me.
No kickback. No kickback.
No, it was good.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So the Houston police, they have confirmed her heroin account in its X account, adding that she was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. So you know what? Hero of the week? It's the gun. It's Staccato.
It's Staccato. I knew it. What did I say before we turned on to the others on live? I said he would choose the gun over the girl.
I'm choosing the thing that saved the girl, which was the gun.
Exactly.
Well, they're giving credit to the gun. It could be one of her many $1,000 fart jars that she sold previous to this.
Well, how would
This
that
was
have
the girl that was selling farts.
Well, that's why I love her so much. Well, then you know what? Her farts are the hero of the week.
Oh my
Bud of the
God.
week.
Collection of fart jars.
Fine.
Hero, Bud.
Just fine. You know, I'm gonna start having butt of the week jars for whenever it's a man or it's a woman
Or
it's
fart.
or it's a inanimate thing that's stupid.
Didn't
And
you?
we'll
You
put-
saw Ren
we'll
and
put coins.
you saw Ren and Stimpy
Yeah, I did.
when Stimpy lost his fart.
Stinky!
Do you really think that was an inanimate object?
Yeah. Oh, so you would be Stimpy and Kyle would be Ren?
Caden would be stinky and I'd be Stimpy.
Oh.
I don't know. The older I get, the more I feel like Ren, but I always wanted to be Stimpy.
Yeah. Everyone wants to be the brains behind the operation.
Stimpy's the idiot.
Something like that. The idiot is always the brains behind the operation.
Well, that's true. All right. So anyway, they saw that they had fucked up. She had asked her followers what she should do with her more than $20 million in crypto. She says, help, do I sell or hold my BTC? Along with a picture of herself in a bikini.
Cute.
So that's kind of fun, actually.
That is fun.
You're learning financial literacy.
Yeah.
You see a beautiful gal in a bikini.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. After the break-in, she dropped the subscription fee for her OnlyFans account for 30 days with a note, I already got robbed. Might as well let you all back in for free.
Wow.
So she is very sweet.
Wow. Oh.
They're all butt of the week this week.
I think it's a work.
Oh, who's
What do you mean you think it's a work?
I think it's a setup and it's a ploy for PR for her OnlyFans to get away from this fart jar nonsense.
What's wrong with the fart jar? Men are the ones buying it.
She's trying to push down the fart article.
Yeah, the farticles.
Well, yeah, I understand, but I don't think she's not doing it. What I'm saying is she's not stockpiling farts. It seems like they're flying off the shelves.
Yeah. There's definitely more demand than supply.
Yes, because it's just one puckering butthole and then a bunch of very bizarre, very lonely men.
Well, you would
imagine.
hope that it's because if you just have a pantry full of them, you're like, I can't even unload these things.
Yeah.
Well, that's just sad.
Well, what her pantry is full of is dairy products. That's what it is.
Well, I believe that she started getting like a lot of stomach troubles because she was farting too much.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, too much, yeah.
Yeah, she had like
Farting you can fart too much?
I think she was eating like a lot of fart stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like just like way too much fiber.
Yeah.
Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, of a good thing. Wow.
Yes. So you've really mastered the fart effect.
You really have. Shocker.
Very, very good. Well, speaking of robbery and tummies, this is an interesting story out of Texas. A man posing as a representative for an NBA player stole $770,000 from a Tiffany & Company store. And did you ever see the movie with Adam Sandler, Hidden Gems?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the most stressful movie I have ever watched.
It really is.
Anxiety, so much. It started that day.
Yeah, and I know it was a beautiful movie, but I was definitely like, why am I feeling this way?
No, dude, I couldn't. I mean, I did. I finished it. I watched it all the way through. I was really hoping for the best.
It makes you feel like you had like 8 Red Bulls and
Yeah.
somehow are still tired but wide awake.
Just really, I'm getting stressed now just thinking about it.
The soundtrack is great.
Yeah.
And Adam Sandler did a fantastic job.
Should have got an Oscar nod.
He really should. They show him no respect.
Well, he did this time. He sure got an Oscar nod this year.
Did he?
Well, not when he
Showing up in his basketball shorts.
when he showed up
Oh,
in
yeah.
a hoodie and just like made a whole scene.
Yeah. I watched a clip of how much money he made in real time during that. He's so rich.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, we all know that.
Yeah.
So, investigators say that Jathan Gilder, he appeared.
Did you just? What's his name?
Jathan. His name is it's
Do you have
J.
a lisp?
It sounds like you saying Jason with a list.
I didn't. Oh, why don't you call his mother? Why don't you ask? Why don't you? It's
Wait, how do you spell?
Jathan. Jathan.
Jathan.
What if it's Jathan?
What's up, Jathan?
What if it's Jathan?
Well, then I would be saying it wrong, wouldn't I?
Jathan.
But I'm just going to assume it's Jathan.
I'm going to assume it's Jathan.
It's still Jathan.
Fine, we'll go with that's not the point. It's Jathan. Very, very fancy Jathan. He went in there and he was like, I'm working with an Orlando Magic basketball player. He wants to look at the goods, right? So he was escorted to a private viewing room. That's why I brought up Hidden Gems, because that's where he worked. And Kevin Garnett was in the movie looking for a nice watch. So he was shown $587,000. He was shown a $570,000 diamond ring and 2 sets of diamond earrings worth about $609,000 and about $160,000. While discussing the purchase and a wire transfer, Gilder jumped out of his seat, grabbed the jewelry, and bolted for the door.
Yep.
He said, "No, I'm out of here now."
They're just so exposed, he couldn't help himself.
Yes, and then he fought with a male employee as he sought to leave the very important room by violently pushing and pulling the doors open.
Yes.
So during the scuffle, the worker did get the diamond ring out of his hands, but the suspect, he did get away. So using surveillance footage, a network of public safety cameras, and license plate readers, police identified him about 6 hours later driving back to Texas. While the pursuit happened, Gilder decided, oh my God, I have all this evidence on me. I better put it in me. So
Yeah.
he swallowed all of it.
That's wild.
Yes. So he swallowed several items.
That must have hurt.
It must have hurt. And what's even stranger is the cops are like, well, what the fuck, bro? So they had to do a body scan. And in the body scan, they're like, well, there's a bunch of diamonds inside of you. So now the cops have to wait for him to shit it all out.
That's insane.
Give it time, boys.
Wild. I thought he ate it. I thought he ate it in more of a rush, which would be hilarious if he's like, yeah, he's like fighting with the guard, and then he's
Right.
like, give it back, and he's like, no, and he swallows it. Can't. Too late. Too
Yeah.
late. It's in my mouth.
No, he was in his car. He was just like, no, I'm going to munch these down.
That's wild.
So this is what they say. They say these foreign objects will need to be collected by the cops after they are passed through Gilder's system.
Man, I'd be so pissed if I were those cops. I'd be so annoyed.
It's just like one dude that's a little special needs where they're like, hey, you know what you're going to be doing again, Rory? I'll do it. Oh, you want me to search through the poop and find the diamonds again? Yes, Rory, thank you.
Oh, God.
His mother's the mayor. We can't fire him.
We cannot.
And he just believes that's where diamonds come from.
Well, in a way, they do, don't they?
Yeah, pressure, baby.
Yes. So, after a search of his Mitsubishi, they yielded a host of incriminating evidence that exactly matched the items taken from the robbery. Well, in custody, Gilder did say, am I going to be charged with what's in my stomach? And then he can be overheard saying, I should have thrown them out the window.
Yeah, because now you have to, because they're going to find them either way, but I feel like it's going to be a much more painful process now.
It's going to be like kidney stones, but
It
like
really
real
is.
stones and passing through your ass.
Oh my God, that would suck. Has anyone had kidney stones before?
No, my dad did though, and
I have.
You did?
I had a kidney stone at 17.
You gotta drink water,
It was
Jerii.
insane. It hurt so bad.
Does it hurt more for men or for women, or are they the same?
Well, honestly, I can't tell because that night, coincidentally, I ate a magical brownies for the first time.
Oh, nice.
So it took a while for me to figure out that this was not a bad trip and there was indeed something physically wrong, and I had to tell my mom.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Kidney stones ruined your whole first trip?
Although I
Wow.
will say it did. It's actually
What?
I've been averted to edibles ever since. I feel like I have like a psychological aversion to them.
Yeah, they just make you think of pissing sharp
Although
objects.
I will say I am glad that I went to the hospital and I had confirmed kidney stones and that it wasn't a bad trip that I made my
Yeah, but you had to go to the hospital on shrooms.
I know. Yeah, no, that was crazy.
Oh my! Did your mom know you were tripping?
She didn't, but the doctor definitely did. He looked at me like, girl, I'm not going to say anything because this technically does not have anything to do with kidney stones.
We're going to give you a value.
Yeah. Also, we're going to put Pink Floyd on. We're just going to make this as nice as possible for
Turn
you.
the lights
Really
off.
chill.
Yeah.
So
Really chill.
I'm going to be the trip leader.
Yeah.
I'm also your nurse.
My shaman.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he's being charged, and I'm assuming some point in the future, near future, he will be crapping out some diamond rings. He should be able to keep one.
What if I hope that like he digests really slowly and like they think they collected them all and then one day he shits like a special one out when they're not looking and he's like, yes,
Finally.
yes.
Keeps it in a jar.
Yeah.
Just a lot of like clenching happening when he's pooping just to keep most of it in.
Yeah. I'm
That's
sure.
what I would do, you know, like a spaghetti strainer. Just try to
It's yours.
keep all the goods,
I mean, what's the
secrete the liquid, keep all the solids up.
Oh my God.
what's the protocol on that?
You have that control, Jerii? Jesus.
I've had kidney stones before, man. There's a lot going on with me.
Wow.
Well, speaking of privates, this story, it's been interesting. So let's go to Germany. Let's go to Germany. So there was a German soccer match, and it was canceled when a player's young child ran onto the field and bit the referee in the nut.
Whoa.
He bit his ball sack.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Isn't that crazy?
Why was that his instinct?
I have no idea. The kids might need a little bit of therapy. So this is according to the referee. They say, well, I was checking the FC taxi player's ID. Whatever. I guess you check IDs before the soccer match to make sure that you're gay or something. I don't know.
Oh.
A small child was doing warm-up exercises alongside the players. He came closer and closer to me. Then suddenly, to my complete surprise, gave me a sharp bite in my left testicle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm like, what the hell, kid?
Kids bite hard.
Who's teaching the kid how to do this?
He immediately knew which testicle was bitten. He's like, no, lefty.
Oh wow, that's a good point.
Yeah.
He's an attack child.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm as on friendly terms with my testicles.
Oh boy.
I just feel like sometimes my nutsack goes numb, but that's a dually.
Oh, God.
Whenever you sit long enough,
Yeah, yeah.
you know.
Yeah, of course I know. I'll say it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. All right. I don't want to hear about men's testicles. It's like ladies' farts. You know they're there, but you don't want to think about it or talk about it or feel like it exists.
People ain't buying my testicles in a jar for $100 each.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that's how I feel about it. I also have never bought a jar of fart.
I agree. I don't think that women do fart. I've heard them burp.
Yes.
And queef. But a fart is a whole nother thing. So out of left field chomping forced the ref to cancel the entire game. So anyway, maybe the kid knew his father sucked, and this is a way to get out of playing.
Just like ran out into the field.
Yeah. The ref says, I did not start the game because of the pain I was in. I was the child of one of the FC taxi players who was to blame. If it was the child of one of the FC taxi players who was to blame.
Oof.
So
but they didn't, I don't know what happened to the kid.
what happened to the dad? Does he get in trouble for that?
I mean, I would be like, why is your son biting all these balls? He's just like, just like I taught him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's really sus.
It was bizarre.
Yeah.
I guess you have to just sit down and ask the kid, where did he learn that?
He went, because he had to reach. He had to jump up or something. I don't know. What he had to
Well, that's the
tackled
thing.
him,
You know,
go up his shorts.
This is gonna sound really Holly weird, but when kids are like toddlers, they run towards you and their heads are they're right at your crotch level. They don't know, obviously. So they're just running right towards you.
Oh, okay.
So I guess this kid just like opened his mouth and
just chomped down.
and chomped right down. But usually they just kind of give you a hug and they say, "Hey, Miss Ben or Mr. Kissel."
Well, I would accept I would think that he would bite like a thigh or
right.
somewhere around the leg area.
Yeah.
just, you know.
If it's true we've evolved from primates, that's what primates go for first. They'll bite all your fingers off and rip your dick and balls off so you can't do
Yeah,
anything.
you want to bring evolution into this.
Yes.
Right. I was like, what is that for?
So this is
So you can't procreate nothing. You're done
You're saying this
as a being,
you're calling this little boy an animal.
a primate,
Yeah.
descendant.
Oh.
yeah.
You look like
He's biting his nuts off.
Well,
have
yeah.
you done this before?
No.
I mean, it does remind
Maybe
me.
a cousin of mine has.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, right.
Ploof, let me check your mouth. Yeah, there's a ball in there.
There's ball DNA,
Yep.
but it's someone else's.
I remember, what was the name of the woman? Well, it doesn't matter what her name is, but the gal that was giving her chimp like Xanax.
Oh, yeah.
Wine. The video where where her friend is getting eaten alive. Yeah, I think she loses both of her arms first, then the eyeballs.
Yes.
Because they go for all of the areas that they're defensive.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, those hands are big on people. I better eat them hands first.
Oh my god.
Oh, and then we take their eyes away so they can't see.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I ain't trying to fuck around with any of them.
No.
Me neither. I don't need to be in the same area as them at all.
Nope, not whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, do we have anything in the chat?
We do. We have
You have people agreeing with me.
Hey, fantastic. About what?
I don't know.
about things.
About the butt of the week. About
Oh yeah. Vanessa saying, you mean Kyle's the good one?
What do you mean? Oh, in the Ploof family.
In the
yeah.
family, yeah. Panel Man has an idea. Why not Big Bud and Little Bud of the week?
Aww.
Yeah, why don't everyone just get a fucking award?
Yeah.
Why don't we just continue with the
buds?
Why don't we just give a continuation of the fall of Western civilization?
Right.
But
Right.
everything's a butt of the week now.
Yeah.
Oh, what a great idea that is.
Yeah.
Let's make everyone happy, so then no one's happy.
Right.
Whoa.
I mean, listen, you're the one that took it off the rails first because you were like,
The
butt of the week, it's a person. And then one day you were like, it's a train stop. So you kind of,
Well, I've been doing this for a long
the
time.
one that kind of sent it off the rails before.
Well, it's up to the mind.
It's up to the heart and soul.
Yes, it's up to the heart. It's up to the soul. So
We'll see, Pano Man. We'll see who the next couple buds are.
well, it's fine. You can choose the next 8.
Whoa.
Yes.
Oh,
You choose one Frankie Muniz and you're out though.
Seriously.
Honestly, that was ridiculous. Frankie Muniz. Everyone's like, oh, he doesn't remember Malcolm in the Middle because he hurt his head. No, it's a trauma response.
Which he overcame.
Yeah. I guarantee you every child actor is just like, can I get hit by a car so I can forget? Like
Yeah, definitely.
all that stuff that every documentary wants to remind me of.
Yeah.
By the way, Michelle Trachtenberg, apparently she had a fantastic screenplay that she wrote. And her, was it boyfriend or husband, whatever, he wants to make it a film.
Oh, that's so nice.
Maybe then the Oscars will remember her.
Yeah.
For who she is.
Oh, my God. Well, all right. I think that's good for today.
Oh, it's plenty.
Indeed. Well, thank you all so much for listening. Anything else, Kyle?
We just got people laughing at your whole butt of the week spiel.
Fantastic. There we go. Let's end. I'll take it. Christ. All right. When you're eating your snacks, don't forget, look closely.
Yep.
You never know when you can sell them for $100,000.
That's true.
Okay, everyone. Hail yourself. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.